Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Spider-Man on the PS4, or Marvel's Spider-Man as I believe they prefer to call it. So yeah, this is the big blockbuster AAA title created exclusively for the PS4 by Insomniac Games, the people behind Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank, Resistance, Sunset Overdrive and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, I have a 100% complete run saved there, but we will of course be starting over here. And we have 3 different difficulty settings. Of course we have the easy, normal and hard here, all of them kind of named after the various adjectives that have been used to describe Spider-Man over the years. And we'll just pick amazing or normal.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Fisk?
SWAT is 1084 at Fisk Tower. All units stand by. Warrant is en route.
And welcome to gameplay. That is a pretty wonderful transition actually there from the opening cutscene. And as you can see, this game looks really bloody good.
Did you take him down yet?
No. We're at Fisk Tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Mind if I join in on the fun?
You know how his lawyers are. This one needs to go by the book.
Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting 8 years for this.
You really want to help? Head to Times Square. Sounds like his guys are trying to keep my backup from reaching a scene.
You got it. Almost there.
So that was Yuri Watanabe, who is a character from the comics. She's kind of Spider-Man's best friend in the police force. Sort of like Jean the Wolf in the 80s.
Hello?
Parker, where are you? We must run through the demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Dealing with a personal issue. I'll be in soon. Promise. Better wrap this up quick and get to my real job.
Yeah, we have something more important on our plate right now to worry about work.
Looks like Yuri called in the cavalry.
I don't know if you can actually hit the helicopter blades, but I'd rather avoid them anyway.
Need more backup! 1032, Times Square. Officers under fire.
Bring in the hammer.
Get him!
Morning, guys! Who's ready for their hot, fresh cup of bodily harm?
And yeah, the game doesn't really waste any time getting you into the action. So here's our combat tutorial. Square punches and kicks. Triangle uses the webs and the circle is the dodge button. It's sort of like the Batman Arkham games, but not really, because these really emphasize movement, and you can also use the environmental objects like that manhole cover to take down opponents by holding the L1 and R1 buttons to just fling them at those guys, as you can see here.
Man, Fisk has a lot of guys on his payroll.
Spider-Man, what's your status?
Almost done here. You?
We're about to go in.
Be there soon. Can't wait to see Willie's face when we slap the cuffs on him.
Yeah, dodging doesn't have any invincibility frames or anything in this one, so even if you dodge an attack, you can still get hit by, like, a stray bullet or whatever. Not sure how that guy was still up, but never mind.
Okay, Yuri, all done. What's happening? Yuri? Yuri! I knew Fisk wouldn't go quietly.
There's quite a bit of talking in these opening missions, so I'll try not to talk over it too much, but sometimes I might. Whatever.
Get more backup. And lock down the airspace.
Yuri, you okay?
If he makes it out of that building, we're gonna lose him.
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
Yes! He's the day, Willie! Hands up! Hey, where you going? Get! I'll clear a path. Follow me!
Get out of here, Spider-Man! We got this!
Okay, and the flashing blue bar you can see underneath our health bar at the top left, that is our focus meter, and
Not got this, buddy.
we can build up our combos, and well, we'll just use different attacks, take down enemies, all that stuff to build a combo as well as build the meter. And once we have the focus meter up to a certain point, we can do some pretty cool stuff, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
I can't reach him. Gonna teach you.
And now, if you are a first-time player, this tutorial can actually be kind of... there's a lot of stuff to take in, and I am not entirely sure what causes damage there, but I guess that's just the tutorial to tell you that pressing down on the D-pad will
Gotta take those shooters out.
let you heal as long as you have some focus left in your meter. And there's another function for the focus that we will be taking a look at in a little bit, but for now let's just kick the crap out of these guys. Yeah, this tutorial, it kind of bombards you with information and just kind of drops you right into the thick of things, so to speak. And if you're coming up from something like the Batman games and try to play this game like the Batman games, you will have a fairly rude awakening.
I think that's all of them.
Come on, come on! They shut the elevators down! Take the stairs!
I prefer a more direct approach.
Spider-Man, status.
Heading to the upper floors, hoping nobody turns on the elevators.
Our choppers are taking fire. Looks like Fisk has armed men on every floor.
He's desperate.
And he's hitting us with everything he's got.
I have to find him and end this.
Not yet. We just picked up chatter. They're wiping all their data servers. We need that evidence if we want to put him away for good.
Okay, server room it is. Call from May. Better answer. Hi, Aunt May.
What is all that noise?
Watching a superhero movie. What's up?
I just wanted to make sure we're still on for dinner tomorrow night.
Totally. Listen, I gotta go.
Well, okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Yeah, these subtitles are sometimes a little bit dodgy, but that's not really a big problem. Let's see what we have here.
Next floor up!
That's my kid.
And there's the ledge attack that the game was telling us about earlier, but I kind of pressed the wrong button at that point. And we got shot up a little bit there, so just heal up a bit and we are good to go, no worries there. I am by no means perfect at this combat, but it's still pretty cool to look at, and Spider-Man is really well animated, all his attacks and all his dodges and all that stuff. And also here the game is telling us about doing finishers when we have a full bar of focus. So there's one. And we have another one unlocked right now, so let's do that.
On to the next one.
We have finishers, as you might expect, they
Choices yet?
take down these enemies at or in one hit and take them out of the fight.
Still got this! You're fine!
Yeah, if I don't say anything during these fights, it's just that it's just kind of fun to watch.
Gotta find that server room before there's no evidence left.
Yeah, L2 and R2 is this kind of instant web zip to
If I go in this way, they'll destroy all
a
the
certain location.
evidence. I should look for a sneaky way in. There we go. Huh. It's like my own private ventrance.
That was terrible, Spidey.
Fisk may be a dirty criminal, but he has remarkably clean air vents.
Can't make it delete any faster.
They're so cute when they're oblivious.
How's it coming? Halfway there. Need another minute or two. You think the cops know where we are? Don't worry about out there.
Is this tech support? I forgot my password.
Spider-Man! Don't let him near the console! Hold him back!
Warning. Full deletion imminent.
Stall him! system's still purging.
I thought the IT guys at my last job were rude.
And we can see the timer ticking down on the big screen there, and yeah, if that goes all the way down, I believe we actually fail and Fisk manages to delete all the evidence. But luckily we don't have to worry about that.
Console before everything's gone. Let's see just how good their security is. Oh, you guys forgot the latest kernel patch.
Hiding in the server. Cowardly. Even for you.
Says the guy frantically erasing his search history.
After all these years, you're still just an ignorant child.
True, but that's part of my charm, isn't it?
Damn you. Get that door down now! Get past him.
That guy wasn't even looking at Spidey. Also, I must say I quite like Fisk's suit in this game because it is very Third Street Saints, I guess.
Without me, the scum I kept in check will run rampant, and it'll be your fault.
Been a long, tough road, Fisk. Almost sad to see it end.
Mere phrases.
We'll get ready for the main event.
How was he beating us?
A couple of more guys with guns coming in, but of course they are... For Spider-Man, a couple of pistols or rifles really is not a big problem at all. And at this point I kinda went and checked out the skills menu, but we don't have any unlocked skill points actually. So never mind. And we have some character bios here. For Peter and for Yuri Watanabe here. Alias Best Bud.
Yuri, an explosion just...
I saw it. Fisk could have the whole place wired. I'm sitting in a bomb unit.
I'll make sure no one gets in their way.
Kill him!
So yeah, nothing in the menus right now. But that'll change.
Like the fireworks? We got more where that came from.
This is kind of just the tutorial, so they don't want to open up everything right now. I keep holding the triangle button to yank the weapon out of their hands, but we can't really do that yet. We have to unlock that, even though we did it in a cutscene.
It's clear. Move up.
Hey guys, I guess bombs are part of Willie's getaway plan? Sounds like they're trapped.
You go after them. We'll look for the bombs.
Help! Somebody!
Everyone clear out! Evacuate the building!
I heard more people back that way.
I'll find them.
Spider-Man! We can't move! We're pinned down!
I'll lift it. When you're free, get out fast. If you can walk, help the injured. Got it?
Go! Go! Go!
Thank you! We did it! Let's go!
Okay, Willie. Coming your way.
Spider-Man, it's Yuri.
How we doing, Captain?
Could be better. Our choppers took a beating. We just had to ground our last one. If Fisk calls in a chopper, we have no one to stop it from landing.
And no one to chase him if he flies away.
Why do I get the feeling that's what he was planning all along?
Because he probably was.
And yeah, that bit back there with Spider-Man lifting all the rubble to free the people, that would have been a quick time event. We would have had to hammer the square button.
Yuri, get EMTs up here, fast!
We're trying.
Well, it looks like some pretty serious stuff went on over here. And yeah, we are in the first mission of the game and we already have guys with rocket launchers trying to take shots at us. So yeah, things escalate pretty quickly.
Don't you think?
Now rockets are actually fairly easy to avoid, and also that guy seemingly fell to his death, but if we look at guys who fall off rooftops and whatever in this game, you can see that Spider-Man somehow manages to attach a web line to them, so they just kinda get webbed to the nearest wall. And before we go in, let's just take a look at these fine statues that Fisk has here, decorating his building.
Man, how'd the bomb squad guys get through this?
And holding R2, we can just kinda free run over stuff.
Settle down. I've got enough for everybody.
How's he doing that? You're gonna have a bad day.
And the game is telling us about the off-the-wall attack, which we just demonstrated right there. It's a pretty neat attack, it looks really cool, but I always kind of forget that it exists. And I press the wrong button when I am stuck to a wall. And also fighting on stairs and around stairs sometimes gets a little bit wonky at times, but it's not a big problem really. Overall, we want to be in the air as much as possible when we are fighting, because that way we will create more focus, and it's just more difficult for enemies to hit us.
Hope they're okay. You guys all right?
We were just about to call for backup.
I think I'm it.
Lead the way. We'll be right behind you. Heads up, boss.
And now that move where we web up somebody's gun and throw it back at them, that is also something that we can unlock later on. But for now the game is teaching us how to deal with shield enemies, and that is to stagger them with a frontal attack and then pressing the circle button to kinda dive down between their legs and get behind them and attack them from that way. But really here I'm more worried about the guys with the assault rifles, so let's just try and take care of them first. I might as well take this guy down while we're at it. The finisher animations, they do have where you are invincible when you're doing those, so you kinda get a breather there. Slightly getting stuck on geometry, but never mind.
Hey Yuri, looks like some of your guys were on Fisk's payroll. Good news is, they were Willie's last line of defense. I'm right outside his office.
Take him down, now.
With pleasure. Writing your memoirs? Don't forget the hyphen between spider and man.
Get the chopper ready. I won't be long. I'm surprised you made it this far. But your foolishness ends now.
You do know I can still see you, right?
8 years of this insolence.
Oh, for me? You shouldn't have! Gotta wait for an opening.
Well, of course, Fisk has a couple of giant automatic turrets in his office.
It's reloading.
And it just so happens that we can use said turrets to break that little bit of glass that he is currently hiding behind. So we just have to get on over to this side and whip up this remaining turret, and there we go.
How is this happening?
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you!
Get your best shot.
Now, Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, he does actually not have any superpowers. He's just a really big guy who is basically all muscle and who has a lot of fight training and all that stuff. But like, he's still supposedly a normal human being. And yeah, basically our plan here in this fight is to either web him up or use one of the throwable items or objects, such as this trash can right here.
You are everything that's wrong with this city!
Huh. I was gonna say the same to you.
You know what to do, men! Surround it!
Yeah, so Fisk, who does not have any superpowers, just smashed Spidey through 2 walls. So that's shoddy construction, I guess. And of course now he has little buddies to help him out here in the second phase of the boss fight. So we might want to thin out their numbers a little bit. And for that the finishers work quite nicely indeed. And we also dodge his attack as best we can. But yeah, the basic strategy here is to just web him up or throw an object at him to make him vulnerable.
You're out of your depth!
And repeat a few times, and that's about it really. And that guy actually punched kinda hard. Yeah, Spidey can't take all that many punches to the head, he is not Batman.
I can handle myself!
And he absolutely has to use his agility and speed and jumping and all that stuff to not get hurt.
Tiresome annoyance! Where are the reinforcements?
I don't know, boss.
There are no more reinforcements, and also Fisk can kinda yank us down from the web line if we try to web swing too close to him.
So, should we kiss now? Yeah, maybe later. Finally off to Rikers, huh? You know, I think you've got more enemies in there than I do.
If you think this will be more than a minor inconvenience...
Whoop, gotta go. Hey, good luck, Willie. I have a feeling you're gonna need it.
Idiot! I'm the one who kept order in this city! 1 month! In 1 month you'll wish you had me back!
The Kingpin is heading to prison. End of an era. I feel like I should celebrate. Maybe take a vacation.